morning everybody. Thought I'd come out in the snow. So we've had a vlog in the summer where we had like our swimming pool challenges, our lovely sun. So I thought, well, why not do one in the winter as well? Who'd have thought, hey, that we would still be in a lockdown while we were snowing. Although I think I may have left it a little bit too late, because I think this snow is turning more into sleet as I speak. So do you know what? I might just go back inside and do the rest from the nice warm. Why not, hey? Happy snow day, everybody. Oh, that's better. Back in the warm now. So, Monday, 18th of January 2021, week 3 of the vlog. Now, I'm not going to lie, the opening that you saw with the snow and everything, I had probably filmed a lot more than that. But I did a really typical mum thing of pressing the record button at the wrong time. So at the end of the vlog, you'll see a few little outtakes, which are the end of me recording as opposed to the beginning. So I'm really hoping I've pressed record now, otherwise this is going to be a very long day. So what have we got coming up in the vlog for you this week? Our head coach, Stuart, has kindly put together his top 5 of podcasts, films and music. Give you some inspiration and something to watch over this lockdown too. It's going to be a regular feature for us, and he'll put something together for us each week as well. So thanks very much, Stuart. That's coming up later. We also have Rui's challenge. So as always, please remember to video yourselves and send them in before the deadline, and then I can edit it all and put it together and feature in next week's vlog. I've also done a group challenge, which I'll explain to you a little bit later too, and I think that's quite exciting, but it's going to take you guys getting involved, and if you don't get involved in it, then it's not really going to work. So hopefully you'll put yourselves out there and everyone will take part and have a lot of fun with it. Also, remember, this is your vlog, this is for you. So please email me with any of your ideas, anything that you want. It can be the same as last time. We can still do a couple of the same challenges. The art challenges we did were fantastic. We found out some hidden talents. We can still do a cook along, a bake off, whatever you guys want. Email me and I will put something together so we can get things out there that you're going to enjoy doing. And also, if you've got any new ideas, then please throw them over. That'll be great. We've still got Strava up and running as well. Obviously, the weather at the moment is not great, but it's still good to get out if you can. And I think that's everything. So, without further ado, let's kick off week 3's vlog.
Hi everybody, I hope this finds you having a good day. I just wanted to try and take this opportunity to share a few things that I enjoy with all of you. Whilst we're in lockdown, we're all trying to find ways to entertain ourselves. I know some of us are busier than others with school and jobs and different things, but we all need to find a way of having a bit of fun and enjoying ourselves. So I just wanted to try and share a few things with each of you, and maybe you might enjoy some of them. Hopefully you do. I hope you find some stuff in here that you enjoy. I really enjoy listening to podcasts. I spend a lot of my time when I'm driving or walking around Tesco's, or whilst Billy's watching Paw Patrol. It's a good way of me in having something that I enjoy whilst I can still kind of concentrate on her. So I listen to kind of variations of different podcasts. A lot of the ones I listen to are mindset podcasts, because I think that really helps me as a person, and also try and help each of you and try and learn things and how I can kind of help understand people from different points of view. So I'm going to try and put across my top 5 podcasts that touch and kind of deal with mindset. So I'm going to have to look at a bit of paper for this one because I can't remember all of the names off the top of my head. So number 5 is The Midpoint. This is Gabby Logan's podcast, and she looks at famous people, sports stars, actors, musicians, and they look at people who are kind of at the midpoint of their life, hence the name of the podcast, and talks through their kind of career to the point and the things that they've learned. And I find that's a very valuable way of learning from other people. And number 4 is Champions Mojo. This is a kind of swimming-based or sports-based one from America. They get to interview a lot of American swimmers and American coaches. They talk about the issues that involve that particular athlete. And again, I personally find it really interesting understanding the challenges that people go through and how they overcome it. And I think that we can learn a lot from that. Next is the School of Greatness, which is Lewis Howes, I think his name is. And again, he is a bit of a mixture in the fact that he interviews some people from all kind of walks of life, and then he kind of puts some stuff across where they're more kind of tips of how to deal with things, of how you process things. I think you can kind of pick and choose that stuff, but there's a lot of good stuff in how to put your to correct things and how to challenge yourself and to challenge yourself to overcome these things. My second one is Finding Mastery. So this is a guy who works with a head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. And again, he interviews a lot of people from a broad range of backgrounds, but they're quite long, in-depth interviews, so they're kind of an hour and a half. There's a really good one of my favorite ones is Bob Bowman, who's Michael Phelps's coach. And he spends a lot of time kind of breaking things down. Again, there's a little bit of a mixture of also of kind of like tips and goals of that kind of stuff of how to do it yourself. But again, it's an interesting way of breaking it down. And then my favorite podcast I've discovered relatively recently is called the High Performance Podcast. This is Jake Humphrey. So Jake Humphrey randomly lives in Wyndham. But you'll see him on like Formula One and BT Sport and that kind of thing. And he does a podcast with a psychologist who I cannot remember the name of. I apologize. But they interview again sports stars. They interview like Kelly Jones from the Stereophonics and different people from different mindset, and they talk about what high performance is to them. And it's interesting. It's a little bit different to everybody, and the things that they take away from it are different. Again, I think it helps me understand the common traits and the different, and to understand also there's not one right way of getting there. And I find that really helps. So I hope maybe some of them will get something for you, like something will click for you. Obviously, everybody is a little bit different in the things you enjoy, but I hope you can find some value in that. The other kind of podcasts I listen to are quite varied. I listen to a lot of NFL podcasts, but again, I'm not going to bore you with that because I understand that's quite niche to me and I particularly enjoy that kind of stuff, but I understand that's not for everybody. But I'm going to try and share with you 5 other podcasts that I really enjoy that cover kind of a range of subjects. You're about to reveal, understand kind of the geeky side of me if you didn't know that already. So at number 5 is Life is Short. This is by an actor called Justin Long. Not many of you would know him. He appears in some of the films that I enjoy. But again, he talks about with actors and TV stars and stuff and talks about their life and their career. And it's quite, and again, as you kind of get in the theme of things, I really enjoy understanding the why of people and understanding what makes them tick. Next is a swimming podcast. It's called Inside with Brett Hawke. Brett Hawke was an Olympic swimmer for Australia who coached in Auburn. And he interviews swimmers and swimming coaches and again talks through their career and the challenges they've come through. And that's a really good insight from a swimming point of view. Next is a podcast called Fat Man Beyond, which is by a director I really like called Kevin Smith. And it started off kind of based upon comics and that kind of thing. But obviously with the boom of like the superhero movies and stuff, they talk about that. But again, if you're interested in the Marvel, DC films and the worlds, that kind of stuff, it's a good in-depth insight. They talk about like the things that are coming out and the films that are being made and not made. And again, it's an interesting, if you're interested in that kind of thing. And number 2 is Clash of the Titles. This is again another film one. I'm really into films in a big way. And they take 2 films that have kind of similar themes or something in common, and they go through the film in depth. They do 2 a week, so they do 1 podcast on each film, and they contrast and they kind of go a little bit more in depth into the film. So again, if you're a film geek like me, then you'll really, really enjoy it. The last one that I really enjoy is called the Football Ramble. Again, football is something that's close to me because that was the thing that me and my dad had in common, and we talked and were very close over. So as much as I'm not the biggest football fan, I do still follow it and really enjoy it because again, it makes me feel close to him and still has that kind of tie. The Football Ramble has a podcast every day. They are a group of people who don't take it too seriously and they have fun with it, and there's some games and stuff involved. So again, if you're a football fan and you enjoy that kind of thing, I think you would get a lot from that podcast. when I have the opportunity to, I really enjoy losing myself a little bit in YouTube and seeing the content that people create. And I find it a little bit more honest and real than stuff that maybe sometimes gets put on TV. So I want to share with you some of the light-hearted stuff that I enjoy. It's not the hardest hitting of stuff, but it's stuff that's fun and I enjoy. So my top 5 is at number 5 is the swimsuit guy. Some of you will watch this. Some of the swimmers will watch this. This is a guy called Sonny Trigg who used to swim at Ipswich. And he's now out in Dubai and trying to run around, and he puts out content regarding swimming. So it's a light-hearted one, and some of you might even spot Sasha Thomas, Sophia's sister. She appears in some of them, so that's quite a fun one to go through. My number 4 is a CrossFit one. They're called the Buttery Bros. They're really fun, really light-hearted. It's a really interesting, fun, light-hearted way of looking at fitness, and they travel around America, or when they could, they travel around America meeting with different types of people in different sort of ways, and they join in. It's a very fun, light-hearted way of looking at things. Number 3 is Cody Miller. Cody Miller, he appeared on our vlog in the first lockdown. Really fun, really good, honest swimming content. He puts in his training sets, and he deals with things in a very real and honest way, both on a personal and a swimming level. And again, that's really, really fun. Number 2 is Team Richie. Team Richie is another CrossFit vlog. I enjoy that kind of stuff. Again, I enjoy seeing how people challenge and push themselves. And again, he comes across that in a very kind of honest way, and he interviews people and deals with his life in a very honest and fun way. And I find that quite enjoyable. And my number 1 is Dude Perfect. Again, most of you will have come across Dude Perfect. Again, I think I sent it out in the first vlog. They are a group of friends who started off making trick shots, and they've kind of worked out into different things. You can get lost. They put out a new video, like a new vlog every 2 weeks. There's lots of fun, lots of enjoyable stuff to enjoy. So I hope you find one of those 5 enjoyable for you. For those of you that have come into the quizzes on a Saturday, you'll know that we tend to touch on films quite a lot because, again, that's quite an easy subject to me. I'm very passionate about films. It's something that Saf and I really kind of share in common, and really enjoy going to the cinema, obviously when we could. But I love films and all kinds of films. So I wanted to share with you 5 films that I really love that many of you may not know or might not have come across, and that hopefully it might help you find them and enjoy them. So number 5 is a film called Basketball. Basketball is made by the guys who make South Park or Book of Mormon. So if you enjoy that kind of humor, then you would enjoy this film. They're basically making fun of professional sports and how ridiculous some of it is, and the money and everything that's involved in it. And number 4 is a film called The Commitments. The Commitments is a film that me and my mum watched when I was younger, and again, it's that kind of family tie. But the music in it is amazing. It's about this Irish band trying to struggle during the 90s to try and make it and make something of themselves. And kind of the humor, but the music in it is amazing. The songs are great. If you enjoy that kind of Motown stuff, then you would definitely enjoy that film. Number 3 is a film called Finding Forrester. This has got Sean Connery in it. It's a bit of an unsung one as you go through, but it's about this young black man who is a gifted athlete, but also a super talented writer. But everybody kind of just sees him as the athlete, and Sean Connery plays the role of this writer who helps the young man. And as the film kind of unravels, you kind of find out how they kind of help each other, and it's very moving. I think many of you enjoy that one. Number 2 is a film called Dogma. Dogma, again, is by Kevin Smith, a director I really enjoy. It is about faith, and it kind of touches on religion as much as I am not particularly a religious person. I think faith is a wonderful thing. It's just not something particularly that I have. And Dogma challenges, it makes you think about how you maintain your faith as you grow, in a kind of fun and lighthearted way. It has Matt Damon and Ben Affleck in it, and Selma Hayek, Alan Rickman. It's a great film, wonderful film. It makes you think and makes you laugh at the same time. My favorite film that you may not have heard of is a film called What's Eating Gilbert Grape. What's Eating Gilbert Grape has a young Johnny Depp and Leonardo DiCaprio. So I'm sure many of you will be interested to see it just from that. It's a wonderful film. I think it's one of Leonardo DiCaprio's best roles. Again, not many people would know it. It's about this guy Gilbert, who is stuck in this small town and feels that his life is kind of nothing, and it's about the struggles that people go through, and then to find the good and the happiness in the place where you least expect it. So I hope you enjoy one of them. There's a little bit of variation in there for everybody. So I hope you can find something in there that you enjoy. So I thought I'd do another category for films. Again, something I know lots about. And I thought I would try and do something that maybe like the majority of you would enjoy. So I've gone through my top 5 rom-com films. Kind of romance rom-com, kind of in that area. So number 5 is Coming to America. Coming to America has Eddie Murphy in it. It is wonderfully shot, has lots of actors in there, has a random appearance of Samuel L. Jackson early on in his career. But it's Eddie Murphy at his finest. It's funny and sweet and heartfelt in a unique kind of setting. There's a second one coming out this year. And number 4 is Something About Mary. Something About Mary has Ben Stiller and Cameron Diaz in it. A very funny film about the sort of 3 people vying for the affection of one woman, and the fun that kind of comes with that. I would definitely say it leans more on the comedy side than the romance side, but it's a very funny film if you haven't seen it. A very iconic scene. I'm sure if you've seen the film, you would know what I mean. Number 3, this one leans a little bit more towards the romance side rather than the comedy side, is Serendipity. It has John Cusack and Kate Beckinsale in it. And it kind of touches on how kind of love is destined, and sometimes we are meant to be with someone that will kind of find our way, hence the title. Number 2 is You've Got Mail. You've Got Mail is during the 90s, for those of you that are about the same age as me, there was this whole stream of films that seemed to involve Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan, and I think You've Got Mail is the best of the bunch. For those of you that are younger viewers watching this, you will laugh at how email is a very new thing and something that people don't tend to comprehend, where I know like now it's a very normal thing. But again, it's a very sweet film about realizing that kind of love is in front of you and around you. If you just kind of open your eyes to it, that it might surprise you. And my favorite rom-com film is a film called 10 Things I Hate About You. Has a young Heath Ledger in it. It is funny and witty, and is based off a Shakespeare play, but I'm not smart enough to remember which one it is. But it's a modern day kind of take off that. It's very funny. I think like the teenager, younger members of the people watching this will really enjoy it, but it has a little bit of something for everything, and it even has Heath Ledger singing in it, which is very funny, and he is wonderful in it. So I definitely recommend that. You will really, really enjoy it. So there's a few things that I enjoy, that I try and take in when I can, when I have time, when I'm not taken up by other things, which is limited these days, but it's a nice way to refresh. I'm definitely someone, because I have such limited spare time, I do tend to kind of go back to the same things that I know that I enjoy. So I hope you've maybe found one thing in there that is something for you and that you enjoy, that maybe makes this period of time whilst we're all apart a little bit more enjoyable, and maybe some laughs that you can have. So thank you for taking the time to listen to it, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Okay, so group challenge. I thought it would be a good idea to help get you guys more involved, but also to keep in contact with each other as well, because I think that's really important, and have some fun, and that's just as important. So I have 2 bags here with different group numbers in. So I thought if we picked out of the bag each week one group that had to choose the challenge. Doesn't have to be a challenge, to be fair. It can be anything that you want for another group to do. So then each week one group will choose something for another group to do. Now, like I said, that it can be absolutely anything. Get yourselves on Messenger, WhatsApp, Snapchat, whatever you guys do to communicate. Throw out some ideas. Try and make it age and ability appropriate as well. It can literally be anything. TikTok dance, make sausage rolls, whatever. The world is your oyster. Think big, get creative. Just a couple of things to bear in mind. Make sure that everybody has the opportunity to do it. So if there is specific equipment available, make sure everybody has that equipment that's needed. And obviously, like I said before, make it age and ability appropriate as well. Now, if you need help in electing a leader or coming together as a group and bouncing off ideas, Stuart and I can set up Zoom meetings for you so you can all come together and have a discussion that way, or we're quite happy to stay right out of it. You guys get on with it and discuss, and then we will, if you then email me or Zoom call me the ideas and what you've chosen, then in the following week's vlog I can then announce what the squad will be doing that's been chosen, and then we'll re-pick, etc, etc. So that should keep us going for a few weeks, and if you get stuck for any ideas, then by all means just give us a call. It's not a problem at all. So this week the squad that will be choosing which challenge or activity for another group to do. So first out is group 6. I need to keep that safe. You are going to be choosing 4. I'll get better at this each week, I promise. Squad number, or group number even, 2. So, group 6, choose a challenge. Group 2, take it on. Talking of challenges and accepting and doing things, let's have a look and see what Rui's got in store for us this week. Over to you, Rui. So we started the vlog with a snowy, picturesque scene, and we're going to finish it too. So I quickly posted out if any of you wanted to send in snow pictures and things like that of your, I think we got about 4 hours of snow in the end, didn't we? There wasn't a lot. So if you wanted to send me those, then please do so, and we'll feature them this week. But obviously it was quite short notice too. So if you haven't managed to get any in, and you want them to feature in next week's vlog, then send them through and we'll put them on too. So let's take a look at your snow scenes. All right, so I've hoped you enjoyed our first week back. As always, the first week is always a shorter one than usual, and we tend to grow and get longer and longer. I must admit, it's been really good fun getting back on it and doing all the videoing and editing and everything. So just to recap, you've got Rui's challenge to get yourselves having a go out, video it and send it in for me, please. Stuart's done his podcasts, music and films for you to have a listen to and a watch. Group 6, you are doing the challenge for group 2. So let me know as soon as you've got together and put something together, then we can announce the following week what that challenge is going to be for group 2, and then pick our next 2 groups too. And any ideas you guys have to make the vlog even better, then email me. If you want to take over the vlog again, then email me and we'll make it happen. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Take care. Let's do that again. Yeah, let me do this bit. That's good. So we've just crossed the road to come and see the snowman, and on this, he's like a little snowman world. It's brilliant. Look at this one. I've never known snow hurts. It actually hurts. 0 minus 28. My face is stuck in smiling. I can't move. My face.